Okay, so MotoVlog number 1. Let's just see how this goes. Should do a quick test, see how much wind noise we got and everything. Should be interesting. I'll put my key in as well. Alright. So like I said, this is just going to be a test basically. See how much wind noise we got and everything while I cruise around town. Hey, you guys think I should probably tighten up my helmet or no? Skip it? I agree, skip that shit. I'm totally kidding, I'm tightening up right now. Alright, let's try this again. Oh, it's a great day out, honestly. Really a nice day. Just cruise around even. Alright, so for my engineering ethics class, basically I have to talk about should engineers be held accountable for the types of products they build. And now, that's a really broad question, I'm sure that all of you can kind of think about that. But basically, it's whether or not, did the engineers know what they're making it for? So it's kind of a thought of like, what kind of information were they given from their employer or somebody like that? It's maybe a very good idea, just leave this shit locked up. But it's kind of like, what information were they given on what product they were building? So if somebody was just told, hey, develop a code, like computer engineers told to develop a piece of coding for, well, they don't know. They're just told to develop a piece of code that activates an engine or activates some kind of an electric motor, let's say, when told. So they're just going to make that code, and eventually that code, let's say their company uses it to activate an electric motor that is feeding a belt of ammunition into a heavy artillery machine gun that they're using for military. They're just wiping out innocent civilian areas, just complete massacring people. Well, is that the engineer's fault? Because all they did was build a piece of code. They just developed that. They didn't know what it was for. Now sure, there's plenty of opportunities of what it could have been used for, but they didn't actually know for sure what it was going to be used for. So, it's just kind of got to think about it. There's also the fact, what if they did know that they were making the code for that? What if they knew exactly what it was for? They just made it anyways. They just said, well, I need money, so I'm just going to make this code and I'm going to call it a day. That's a totally different standpoint. And you've got a whole thing as well. Was that a moral thing? Wow. Is that a moral thing? Or is that just, did they just decide that, okay, yeah, that's fine. I can do whatever I want, right? It's my skill set. I'm just going to use it to make me some money. That's the only reason why I went to college to get this degree anyways. Is that morally right? Is that okay? They're not the ones obviously using the machine. If they're the ones who made it and they're using it, then it's pretty clear cut that they're responsible. Okay, I guess not clear cut, because then you have the whole, the Nazi army, how they were saying, well, I was just doing my job. I was just doing what I was told to do. Is that okay? Or is that still not okay? Even though I was just following orders, I was just doing what I was told. You're still the one doing the action, so technically you're still responsible for what you did in that standpoint, or in that circumstance. So yeah, it's really just something to think about, whether or not they'd be responsible if they are the ones completely controlling it, or if they just made a piece of coding, or they made something apart. Even if they just developed a code that, for the machine, that CNC'd the barrel for a mass murder gun. You know what I'm saying? Or how about the guy who developed the Glock? The Glock, whatever, you know, it's a very iconic piece of side piece in the handgun industry. Even Glock, I mean, they're world renowned, you know, world renounced. I don't know what the correct phrasing is for that, but I mean, they're known everywhere. Everybody knows a Glock. Is the guy who made Glocks, is he responsible for every person who's been killed with a Glock handgun, or even a Glock weapon of any kind? Or were they just trying to develop something? Maybe they were developing it for personal safety. They didn't know it was going to be used to kill other people just for fun, you know? It's the guy who goes out and hunts with it. Maybe hunting's not okay to this person who has a huge disagreement. They don't think that it's okay for the guy who built the Glock for him to be like, yeah, go ahead, you can use it for hunting and whatever. Well, he's not really giving him permission either way. He's just saying, you know, here, I made this gun. I made a thing that I made a machine, well, I guess kind of a machine, a mechanism more so, that can fire a bullet, that can ignite this gunpowder and accurately fire a piece of lead or metal out of a barrel. He doesn't, I mean, well, you know, you're just trying to get a better trigger finger for your video game. You know, it could all just be practice. I mean, there's really a lot of different flaws and even a lot of different aspects to making a decision based on this. And, you know, I'm sure whoever did have to make a decision, even from a legal standpoint, which I know we talked about in class, actually in my engineering ethics class, that, you know, legal versus opinion and morals, you know, they don't always coincide, or they don't always agree. So it's just a lot of opinions, really. A lot of opinions, and, you know, obviously you could even pull in biblical beliefs, you could pull in what your mom told you in 8th grade. There's anything. But yeah, and that's pretty much all I really wanted to go over. Just, I mean, give you guys some basic analysis, basic data that you guys can kind of think about and